Wait, America's retirement age is 67. Question mark, exclamation mark. When did this happen? I am sitting here watching the entire French people revolt because they tried to raise it to 64. Why aren't we as Americans out in the streets rioting? We need to set a date. And honestly, I am ready to say July 4th. This year, everyone, every single person needs to walk off their job, stop going to work, and go into the streets and make a change. We need to change our government, because the rest of the world is already trying to get away from the American dollar. Am I crazy? Because I think if we don't step up and make a change, we are going back to the way it was during the Great Depression. If you think we should do this too, say something. Spread the word. Let's make a change in our part of the world. You can start claiming benefits as early as 62, but you only get 70% of your payout. Waiting until 67 gets you 100%, and waiting until 70 gets you 124%. Which does kinda read to me like a spinal tap. This one goes to 11, kinda thing. But woman shrugging. Haha, we can't retire ever, silly goose. Not working is a sin, don't you know? At the rate things are going, I plan to work until lunch the day of my funeral. This only having to take a half day. Rolling on the floor, laughing, grimace face with rolling eyes, melting face. Because we don't actually have a retirement age. You retire when you and if you can. The benefits the government give us are abysmal. Just like everything else. It would be like rioting because they decided to give you peanuts 2 years later. Retirement age in America doesn't matter. It's a wash. Retirement services are not equipped to sustain someone who reaches retirement age. As others note in the comments, there's no need to worry about retirement if you can never afford to retire. America's government cares less about their citizens than the average country. I'm 30 and not even expecting Social Security to still be a thing when I'm at retirement age. So slowly stocking away what I can. My parents are both in their late 50s and retired with school district pensions. I will never live long enough to collect Social Security. How do I opt out so I can live a better life now? U.S. citizens aren't allowed to mass protest things like raising retirement age because our supervisors won't authorize time off from work. Americans are too afraid to get violent. The French are not rioting only because they want to raise it. They're rioting because of the way they went about doing it. It's a pretty important factor in understanding what's happening there. You can thank Ronald Reagan and the Republicans for that one. It was raised in 1983, because otherwise they would have had to either increase the tax, either by increasing the percentage people were taxed at or increasing the income tax cap. When Ron DeSantis or Donald Trump talk about taking on entitlements, I can guarantee you that it will be to everybody's detriment except the 1%ers. If you don't want the retirement age raised again or your Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and disability benefits cut, then vote Democrat. There is no retirement age unless you can afford to retire. Just wait. GOP wants to raise it to 70. Since life expectancy is so high, it wouldn't be fair to let them retire with so much life left. Americans don't revolt because we're too busy fighting each other. Politicians and big media push racism, transphobia, misogynism, and other forms of hate to make sure that we all stay quiet and take our ass pounding like good little slaves. There is no retirement age because Social Security is not livable. Unfortunately, this will never happen. Due to the 40-year campaign to make sure the majority of American citizens are uneducated, docile, and easily swayed by propaganda. The above-mentioned campaign has been so successful, a large majority of my fellow citizens are much more worried about which genders use which bathrooms and the migrant caravan that apparently is still coming any day to take our jobs and force us into the fentanyl trade than they are about their rights being taken from them one after another. Or just work until you die. Isn't that the goal? Some of us won't live that long, so doesn't matter. Most of us will have some major medical event and end up in long-term care on Medicaid getting $30 a month while the facility gets Medicaid daily rate. The really fortunate will live out the rest in their own home enjoying the last years. There is no such thing as retiring in America, United States. We work until we get sick. Then they take away everything we worked for to pay for the last couple years in a nursing home. This is the way. I thought 65 was 100%? Damn, I just lost 2 years.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.